Hello, everyone. My name is Demetrius McBride. I'm a lifelong resident of Columbus, Georgia. I've lived here since I was 3 years old, and I've spent a majority of my life volunteering and serving in this community. I currently serve as the president of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Iota Lambda chapter here in Columbus. I am also the advocacy chairperson for the Urban League of the River Valley Young Professionals, a youth minister at Nazareth Baptist Church, and a high school teacher here in Columbus, Georgia, where I teach finance. I earned my Master's of Public Administration from Columbus State University and my specialist degree in workforce education from the University of Georgia. But more than anything else, just like you, I am just a citizen who cares deeply about this community. And I truly believe that when people understand how government works, they are better equipped to participate and help strengthen their community. This series is designed to help residents of Columbus and surrounding counties better understand how government works, from our local government here in Columbus to the state government in Atlanta and the federal government in Washington, D.C. So with that being said, welcome to Civics in Columbus, from City Hall to Capitol Hill. Civics in Columbus is a community education series focused on helping residents better understand how government works. Many people vote, pay taxes, live under laws every day without ever being taught how the system actually works. And as an educator, I can say you were taught it. However, you probably were just not paying attention in that civics class. In this episode, we're going to start with the basics. We'll break down the 3 levels of government in the United States: local, state, and national, and explain why understanding them matters for every citizen. Have you ever wondered who decides when your streets get paved? Who funds your local schools? Or who negotiates international treaties? We could use one of those right now, I think. These everyday decisions affect our lives, but they are not all made in the same place. Some are decided right here in Columbus, Georgia. Others are decided in Atlanta under the Gold Dome. And some are decided hundreds of miles away in Washington, D.C. Those decisions come from different levels of government. In this series, we're going to break down how government actually works, starting right here at home and expanding outward to the state and national level. Because the more citizens understand their government, the more power we have to shape our community. So then, let's talk about it. Why does government exist? At its core, government exists to organize society. It establishes the rules we live by and provides service that helps communities function. Government generally performs 4 major roles. Number 1, first and foremost, it creates laws. That establishes order in society. Secondly, it provides services that individuals cannot easily provide on their own. Things like roads, police protection, schools, public infrastructure. Third, it resolves disputes and protects rights, ensuring fairness and justice through courts and legal systems. And lastly, fourth, it represents the people. For the people, by the people. You remember that part? It makes decisions about the future direction of a community, state, or a nation. One way to think about government is through a business analogy. Imagine a large company. The company has a board of directors that sets policies. It has an executive who carries out those policies, and it has departments that handle specific functions such as finance, operations, and human resources. Government works in a very, very similar way. There are leaders who make laws, leaders who enforce them, and systems that ensure everyone follows the rules. But unlike a private company, the ultimate authority in a democracy does not come from shareholders, but it comes from us, the citizens. In the United States, government operates on 3 main levels: local government, state government, and of course, the national government. Each level has different responsibilities and authority. Understanding which level does what is one of the most important parts of just having some basic. Local governments such as municipalities or counties, the level of government closest to our everyday lives. Here in Columbus, Georgia, our local government is very unique. In 1971, the city of Columbus and Muskogee County merged into a single consolidated government. The city charter created one unified government with authority across the entire county. This means Columbus functions as both a city and county government in one system. Because of this consolidation, local leaders are responsible for services across the entire country. Local government handles things such as police and fire protection, roads and public infrastructure, zoning and land use, parks and rec, waste collection, local courts, and of course, community development. When citizens interact with government most directly, whether it's calling about a pothole, attending a council meeting, or applying for permits, we are interacting on the most basic level with local government. The next level is state government. For us, that government operates out of Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia government includes a bicameral legislator, meaning two chambers, the Georgia House of Representatives and the Georgia Senate. A governor who leads the executive branch, and a state judicial system that interprets state laws. State government handles policies that affect the entire state. Those may include public education standards, state highways and transportation, state taxes and budgets, healthcare regulations, criminal law, business regulations, and election administration, just to name a few. State laws apply to everyone in Georgia, but they must still follow the U.S. Constitution. That means state law cannot conflict with federal law, which brings us to our third level of government. National or federal government. The highest level is the federal government of the United States. This government operates out of Washington, D.C. The federal government consists of three primary institutions. Let's say them together: Congress, the President, and the federal courts. Congress includes the House of Representatives and the Senate, the President who leads the executive branch, and of course the federal courts, including the Supreme Court. The federal government handles issues that affect the entire country. Just to name a few, we have national defense and military, foreign policy and diplomacy, interstate commerce, immigration and citizenship, federal taxes, and economic policies. These responsibilities require coordination across all 50 states, which is why they are handled at the national level. If you remember anything from the civic class you took many, many moons ago, for some of us, you may remember there's three branches of government. One of the most important ideas in American government is checks and balances. At every level of government, whether it be local, state, and federal, power is divided into three branches: legislative, make the laws; executive, enforce the laws; and judicial, interprets the laws. This separation prevents any single leader or branch from becoming too powerful. Well, let me say that it should stop it. For example, a legislator can pass a law, but the executive branch may veto it, and the courts may rule that the law is unconstitutional. This system of shared authority protects citizens and maintains balance within government. In later episodes, we'll break down exactly how these branches operate here locally in Columbus, Georgia. And as I close episode 1, government can seem complicated at times. But once you understand how the pieces fit together, it becomes much easier to see where decisions are made and how citizens, like you and me, can influence them. Local government shapes our community. State government shapes policies across Georgia, and the federal government shapes the direction of our nation. In the next episode, we're going to take a closer look at Columbus, Georgia City's charter and explain how our consolidated government actually works. We'll break down the roles of the mayor, the city council, and the city manager, and who really holds power at the local level. Because when citizens understand their government, we can participate more effectively, hold leaders accountable, and most importantly, we can help build stronger communities. Once again, Demetrius McBride, just a citizen like you, signing out. Peace. Stay tuned for episode 2.